Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive into the world of AI-powered robots.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be looking at some excerpts from Intel's website,
Okay.
talking about how businesses are using these robots,
All right.
and then also a piece from the University of San Diego that kind of gets into the AI side of things a little bit more.
Yeah, they've got a great robotics program.
Yeah, and they offer different perspectives, which is perfect because we really want to try to understand not just what these robots are, but what they mean for industries, for the future, maybe even for our everyday lives.
It's a field that's just exploding right now, and it's already impacting us in ways we don't even realize.
I think that's true. So let's break it down from the beginning.
Okay.
What exactly are we talking about when we say AI-powered robots?
Right.
I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a, sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it does sound futuristic, but it's very much our reality now.
Okay.
Intel defines it pretty clearly.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine a robot that's equipped with all kinds of sensors, cameras acting as its eyes, 3D scanners mapping its surroundings, even sensors that can detect like vibrations or changes in the environment.
Yep.
All that data is fed to an AI system, which is like the brain of the robot.
Okay.
And it analyzes this information, makes decisions, and then directs the robot's actions in real time.
So it's not just a robot that's following pre-programmed instructions.
No.
It's actually like thinking and reacting to its surrounding.
Exactly. It's responding to the data that it's receiving.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so then the AI card itself.
Yeah.
It sounds like it can get kind of complicated.
It can get really complex because it's not just one single thing.
Right.
Like, AI is this big umbrella term.
Yeah.
And underneath that umbrella, there are all these different technologies working together.
Right.
Intel mentions a few key areas, machine learning, natural language processing, and conversational AI.
Okay, so let's unpack those one by one.
Okay.
Starting with machine learning. I feel like I hear that term everywhere these days.
Yeah, that's a big buzzword.
What does it actually mean, like in the context of robots?
So think about it like this. Imagine a child learning to ride a bike.
Okay.
They start off wobbly, they might fall a few times,
right.
But with each attempt, they learn from their mistakes, they adjust their balance, and eventually they're riding smoothly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with machine learning for robots.
Okay.
They use algorithms and tons of data to learn from experience, and they get better at their tasks over time.
Okay, so the more the robot does something, the better it gets at it.
Yeah, the more it practices, the more data it has to work with, and the smarter it becomes.
So it's not just about being smart, it's about getting smarter all the time.
Exactly. It's a continuous learning process.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is, and then you've got natural language processing.
NLP.
Or NLP, yes,
Yeah.
Which essentially allows robots to understand human language.
Okay, so like voice commands?
Yes, voice commands, chatbots.
Right.
Even robots that can understand and respond to like complex instructions.
Got it. Okay, and what about conversational AI?
Oh, that's an interesting one.
How is that different from NLP?
So NLP is about understanding language in general, while conversational AI is about making the interaction between humans and robots more natural and intuitive.
Okay.
So it's about robots being able to understand the nuances of human conversation.
Yeah.
Like tone of voice or even sarcasm, and responding in a way that makes sense in that context.
So it's like moving beyond those robotic responses into something that actually feels like a real conversation.
Exactly. A more human-like exchange.
That's where it starts to get really interesting, I think.
It does. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
So imagine like actually having a conversation with a robot.
Yeah.
Like you'd talk to a colleague or a friend,
Giving instructions, asking questions, getting responses that are not only accurate, but also feel very natural.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm starting to get the bigger picture here, but I think it would be helpful to see how this plays out, like in the real world, Yeah. Intel mentioned different types of AI robots, right?
They did.
It's not just like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Oh, definitely not.
Can you kind of walk us through some of those main categories?
Absolutely. So we're seeing a few major types emerge. First, you have autonomous mobile robots, or AMRs.
AMRs.
Yep. Think of these as the navigators of the robot world.
Okay.
They're all about moving around independently, using sensors and AI to map their environment, avoid obstacles, and find the most efficient routes.
So like a self-driving car, but for like warehouses or factories?
Exactly. We've all heard about AMRs working in warehouses, moving goods around.
Yeah.
But they're also being used in hospitals to deliver medications or supplies.
Oh, wow.
Or even in hotels to provide room service.
Okay, so beyond the warehouse, they're showing up in all kinds of places.
They are. And then you have articulated robots, which are often referred to as robotic arms.
Robotic arms, I've seen those.
These are the precision masters known for their speed and accuracy in performing repetitive tasks.
Yeah, I've seen videos of those things, like in car factories.
Right.
Moving with such precision, it's almost mesmerizing to watch.
It is. And what's fascinating is that AI is making them even more sophisticated.
Oh, wow. How so?
Well, Intel highlights how Audi is using these robotic arms for weld inspections now.
Oh, yeah.
So they can actually spot tiny flaws that a human eye might miss, which is crucial for quality control.
That's incredible. So we've got the brains and the brawn covered, it seems.
It seems like it.
But what about those robots that are designed to work directly with humans?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like those are the ones that really capture people's imaginations.
They do.
You know, the robots that are almost like partners.
You're talking about cobots or collaborative robots.
Cobots, okay.
These are designed to work alongside humans, assisting with tasks and even learning from them.
Interesting.
What sets them apart is their ability to understand human speech and gestures thanks to AI.
Okay.
So imagine a cobot working with a human on an assembly line, reacting to their movements, taking instructions verbally, and adjusting its actions accordingly.
So it's not about replacing humans.
Oh.
It's about, like, augmenting human capabilities.
Exactly, and working together more effectively.
And AI is what's making that possible.
AI is the key to that collaboration.
Okay, I'm with you. So far, all this tech is really amazing, I have to admit. But let's be real for a second.
Okay.
Why should the average person care about all of this?
Right.
What's the real-world impact beyond robots doing, cool stuff in factories?
That's the key question, isn't it? It's not just about the cool technology, it's about how this is actually going to impact our lives.
Exactly.
And Intel outlines some pretty compelling benefits that affect everyone, not just tech enthusiasts.
Okay, so help me connect the dots here.
Sure.
How do AI-powered robots translate into a better experience for me as, like, just a regular person?
Well, for starters, think about increased productivity and efficiency. When businesses can operate faster and smarter, it often translates to faster deliveries for you, lower prices on goods and services.
Right.
Maybe even new products and innovations hitting the market more quickly.
So the trickle-down effect is like a more efficient world for consumers.
That's the idea, and potentially a more affordable world.
I like where this is going. What else?
Improved quality and accuracy are huge, too.
Okay.
Think about it. If robots are making fewer mistakes in manufacturing, it means fewer faulty products, less waste, and things getting fixed or replaced more quickly.
That makes sense.
And in healthcare, imagine robots assisting with surgeries, ensuring precision and reducing the risk of human error.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
It's about raising the bar for quality and accuracy across industries.
That's a good thing.
It is. And then there's the big one, worker safety.
Yeah, the idea that robots can take on the dangerous jobs that humans shouldn't be doing.
Exactly. AI-powered robots can handle hazardous materials. They can work in extreme temperatures. They can perform tasks that are physically demanding or risky for humans.
Yeah.
This leads to a safer work environment overall, which is a win for everyone.
Okay, now we're talking. I'm starting to see how this all connects to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
But I want to zoom in a little bit.
Okay.
Because the University of San Diego's piece really focused on that AI side of things.
Right.
And they mentioned some specific AI capabilities that make these robots so much more than just, program machines.
They're talking about the brains behind the operation.
Yeah.
The things that allow these robots to learn, adapt, and even make decisions.
So we talked about machine learning earlier, but
yeah.
I think it's worth emphasizing how transformative that really is.
It really is.
These robots aren't just following a script.
No, they're not.
They're constantly analyzing data.
Yeah.
Learning from their experiences and getting better at their tasks over time.
It's mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. Think back to that warehouse AMR example. The more it works in that specific warehouse, the more data it collects.
Right. About the layout, the obstacles, the flow of goods.
Right.
It can then use that data to optimize its routes and anticipate potential bottlenecks and become incredibly efficient at navigating that particular space.
So it's not just about general intelligence.
No.
It's about developing like a deep understanding of a specific environment.
Exact.
And becoming incredibly good at operating within that context.
That's what's so powerful about it.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And then you've got NLP and conversational AI, which we touched on earlier, and these are what enable robots to understand and respond to human language.
Right.
Making it possible for us to interact with them in a more natural and intuitive way.
Yeah, and it seems like the progress in these areas is happening so quickly.
It's astounding.
Give me some real-world examples of how NLP and conversational AI are being used that might surprise people.
Well, think about chatbots, for example.
Yeah.
They're becoming more sophisticated. less robotic in their responses, able to understand complex queries and provide helpful information, or even robots taking orders at restaurants.
Really?
There's an example of Lee's famous chicken using a conversational AI system for drive-through orders.
Wait, hold on. A robot taking my fried chicken order.
Yeah.
That's next level.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm intrigued or slightly terrified.
It's a glimpse into the future, isn't it?
It is. And it all comes back to those AI capabilities evolving in such a rapid pace.
It really does.
Okay, so this is where I start to think about the people behind all of this.
Okay.
The robotics engineers.
Right.
The University of San Diego mentioned them as well.
They did.
Sounds like a pretty demanding job.
It is. They're the ones designing, building, and maintaining these incredibly complex systems.
So it's not just about coding.
No.
It's about understanding like the nuances of both robotics and AI.
And being able to bridge that gap.
Yeah, and being able to bridge that gap.
Exactly.
And it seems like it's a field where you need to be constantly learning and adapting.
Absolutely. As the technology evolves, which is happening at a breakneck speed.
Right. So not a career for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
I would agree with that.
But it's also a career that's shaping the future in a very real way.
It is. These are the people who are building the robots that will be working alongside us, assisting us, and maybe even changing the world as we know it.
Okay. All this talk about the future has got me thinking, and this might be getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
But where do we go from here? What's the next big thing in AI robotics?
Well, the University of San Diego hinted at it.
Okay.
Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI.
AGI. So that's where robots become less like tools and more like partners.
That's one way to think about it.
Where they can understand and reason at a level comparable to humans.
It's the idea of creating AI that's not just good at specific tasks, but can learn and adapt to any situation, solve complex problems, and even exhibit some level of creativity and independent thought.
Wow. That's almost like stepping into the realm of science fiction.
It is a little bit.
But if we're talking about AI that can learn and adapt like humans, that raises a whole host of questions.
It does.
What does it mean for our relationship with technology?
Right.
How do we ensure that such powerful AI is used responsibly?
Those are the million-dollar questions, and there are no easy answers.
Yeah.
It's a conversation that needs to be happening now as the technology is being developed, because AGI, if achieved, would fundamentally change our world.
It's a lot to wrap our heads around, that's for sure.
It is.
We've gone from talking about robots in warehouses to robots that might someday be capable of thinking and learning like humans.
It's both incredible and a little bit daunting.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's incredible and a little bit daunting.
But it's also incredibly exciting.
It is. We're on the cusp of a technological revolution.
Yeah.
And AI-powered robots are at the forefront.
They are leading the charge.
It's a journey filled with possibilities,
Exactly.
challenges and questions that we'll need to address as we move forward.
We'll need to face them head on.
Yeah, well said.
Ah.
All right, everyone, we've covered a lot of ground here today.
We have.
From the basics of AI and robotics to the potential of AGI.
Yeah, a lot to unpack.
It's clear that this is a field that's rapidly evolving and shaping the world around us.
Absolutely.
And as we move forward, I think it's just crucial to stay informed.
To stay engaged and curious about the possibilities and implications of this incredible technology.
Absolutely. This is not just a conversation for tech enthusiasts or scientists.
Right.
This is a conversation that affects all of us.
It really does.
So stay tuned, because in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to explore how AI-powered robots are transforming specific industries, from healthcare to manufacturing to even the food we eat.
Can't wait to dig into that.
It's going to be fascinating.
It will be. I'll see you there.
All right, we'll see you there.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back.
Okay, so we left off talking about how, AI is going to change the world.
Yeah, big changes coming.
But I want to, ground this a little bit.
Yeah.
How are AI-powered robots, actually being used today in ways that are impacting our lives?
Okay. Well, let's start with something that we can all relate to.
Okay.
Online shopping.
Yeah.
We talked about those AMRs working in warehouses.
Right.
They're also starting to make their way into that last mile delivery.
What's last mile delivery?
Yeah. Bringing the packages right to your door.
Okay.
So imagine a small self-driving vehicle navigating your neighborhood, bringing you your stuff.
So that image of the delivery person, chucking the package on the porch?
Yeah.
Is that going to become a thing of the past?
It's possible it could be replaced by a little robot on wheels.
Okay, interesting. So it's not just ground delivery either, right?
No.
Some companies are experimenting with drones.
Yeah, drones are definitely a hot topic for delivery.
That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right? But The future is arriving faster than we think.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so speaking of deliveries, what about food?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that Lee's famous chicken example we mentioned?
Me too.
Conversational AI is being used not just for taking orders,
right,
but also for tasks in the kitchen.
Like food prep and stuff?
Wait, are you telling me there might be like a robot in the back making my fried chicken?
Well, maybe not the entire process.
Okay.
But some restaurants are using robots for very specific tasks, like flipping burgers, assembling pizzas, or even making coffee.
A robot barista? That's a little unsettling.
Well, it's a little weird, right?
But will it be able to make a decent latte art?
That's a good question.
Okay, but the idea isn't to like replace all the humans.
No, not necessarily.
It's more about automating those tasks that are like super repetitive.
Yeah, those time-consuming things.
So the humans can do other things.
Exactly, the things that require like creativity or problem solving or, interacting with customers.
So it's about finding that balance.
Finding the right mix.
Humans and robots each doing what they're good at.
Yeah.
Leveraging the strengths of both.
Yeah. Okay, and this applies to other industries too, right?
Absolutely.
It's not always like robots versus humans.
Right.
It's about figuring out how they can work together.
Working together to create something better.
Okay, I'm curious about healthcare then.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like a field where AI robots could have a huge impact.
For sure.
But also a field where like the stakes are really high.
Absolutely. Healthcare is definitely an area where we're seeing some groundbreaking applications of these technologies.
Okay, we mentioned robots assisting with surgeries.
Right.
But what else are they doing in healthcare?
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Okay.
They're being used to provide companionship to elderly patients.
Oh, wow.
Helping with rehabilitation exercises.
Oh,
even like disinfecting hospital rooms.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, to reduce the spread of infections.
So those all sound like really positive applications.
They are.
Robots helping to improve patient care.
Right.
Making hospitals safer.
But are there any concerns that people are raising about this?
Oh, of course. Anytime you have a new technology, there are always concerns.
Especially in healthcare.
Especially in a field as sensitive as healthcare.
Yeah. So what are some of the big concerns?
Well, data privacy is a huge one.
Okay.
Making sure that patient information is protected.
Yeah, when it's being processed by AI.
Absolutely. It's crucial.
Right, because we're entrusting these robots with like a lot of personal information.
Yeah.
So security and privacy has to be like the top priority.
Couldn't agree more. What else are you thinking?
I'm also thinking about jobs.
Ah, yes, the impact on jobs.
Yeah, if robots are taking over certain tasks in hospitals,
right,
what happens to the people who used to do those jobs?
That's a valid concern, and it's something we need to think about carefully.
Yeah, we need to make sure this transition to like a more automated healthcare system is done in a way that's fair for everyone.
It needs to be equitable. We don't want to leave anyone behind.
Okay, so we've talked about, warehouses, restaurants, hospitals.
Yeah, a lot of different areas.
But I want to step back for a second.
Okay.
What do you think are some of the biggest, misconceptions people have about AI robots?
Oh, there are a lot of those floating around.
Yeah.
One of the most common ones is that they're going to take over the world.
Oh, yeah, the whole Hollywood scenario.
Right, robots becoming self-aware and turning against us.
I've seen one too many movies like that.
But in reality, AI-powered robots are tools.
Oh?
Just like any other technology.
Okay.
They can be used for good or bad.
Right.
It all depends on how we develop them and deploy them.
So it comes back to human choices.
Exactly. It's up to us to guide their development and ensure they're used responsibly and ethically.
So it's not about blindly trusting the technology.
No.
We have to be involved in shaping how it's used.
We need to be active participants in this process.
Okay. What else? What are some other misconceptions?
Another big one is that all AI robots are super intelligent. Capable of doing anything we ask them to do.
Yeah, like they're going to be our personal butlers or something.
Right. We're still a long way from that general purpose AI that can learn and adapt like a human.
Okay.
Most AI robots today are very specialized.
Okay.
They're designed for specific tasks.
Right.
They can't think or act independently outside of their programming.
Yeah, it's a good reminder to be realistic about what they can and can't do.
It is, while also recognizing their potential.
Right.
This field is constantly evolving, so it's crucial to stay informed and engaged in these conversations.
Keep learning.
Exactly. The more we understand about this technology, the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions about its role in our lives.
Okay, well said. We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From warehouses to restaurants to hospitals.
Yeah, and even our own doorsteps.
It seems like AI robots are touching like almost every aspect of our lives.
It's incredible how pervasive they're becoming.
It is. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a question to think about.
Yeah.
As these AI robots become more and more integrated into our lives,
yeah,
what does it even mean to be human in a world where machines are doing so much?
That's a deep question.
It is. It's a question that philosophers and scientists and artists are all trying to answer.
And it's a question that we'll continue to explore in the next part of our deep dive.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of AI robots.
It's amazing to see how this technology is evolving so rapidly, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. It seems like every day there's a new breakthrough, a new application that makes us rethink our relationship with machines. And as we wrap up our deep dive, I think it's important to step back and ask ourselves, what does all of this mean for us?
That's the big question, isn't it? We've talked about the technical aspects, the real-world applications, the potential benefits and concerns, but ultimately, it comes down to how this technology will shape our lives, our societies, our future.
Exactly. So where do we go from here? Mm-hmm. What can we do to prepare for a world where AI robots are increasingly integrated into our daily routines?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's important to stay informed. Don't shy away from learning about AI and robotics, even if you don't consider yourself a tech person.
Right.
There are tons of resources out there, articles, videos, podcasts, even online courses that can give you a basic understanding of these concepts.
So don't let the tech jargon scare you off.
Exactly. Dive in and explore.
Dive in.
And as you're learning, think critically. Don't just accept everything you hear at face value.
Okay.
Question the information, consider different perspectives, and form your own opinions. It's about being an informed citizen in a world that's increasingly shaped by these technologies.
Right. So we can't just be passive consumers.
No.
We need to be active participants in this conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'd add, don't be afraid to get involved. Whether it's supporting companies that are developing AI robots responsibly, advocating for policies that address the ethical concerns, or simply having conversations with your friends and family about these issues, there are ways to make your voice heard.
So it's not just about understanding the technology.
Right.
It's about shaping how that technology is USED in the world.
Exactly.
We all have a role to play in this.
I think that's a key takeaway from this entire deep dive. AI-powered robots are here to stay. They're going to continue to evolve, and they're going to have a profound impact on our lives. The question is, what kind of impact do we want them to have? What kind of future do we want to create together?
That's a great point. It's not about fearing the technology. It's about embracing its potential while also being mindful of the challenges. It's about shaping a future where AI robots enhance our lives, not define them.
I couldn't agree more. It's a future where humans and machines can coexist, collaborate, and maybe even learn from each other. A future where technology serves humanity in its highest form.
That's a future I can get behind. All right, listeners, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of AI robots. We hope you've learned something new, that you're feeling inspired, and maybe even a little bit challenged to think differently about the role of technology in our lives.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep the conversation going. This is just the beginning of an incredible journey.
And who knows what amazing discoveries and innovations lie ahead. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep your minds open and your curiosity ignited.